My parents disowned me for refusing to postpone my wedding for my newly divorced sister months later. Her secret remarriage exposed their staggering hypocrisy. I, 27F, have a sister, Rose, 32F, who got divorced about 8 months ago. We've never been close, actually. That's an understatement. Growing up, Rose and her clique made my life miserable for years, and my parents never once stepped in to stop it. I was always the odd one out, the black sheep, while Rose was the golden child who could do no wrong. When Rose's marriage fell apart, she was understandably devastated. She hadn't worked during her marriage, so she moved back in with our parents. I wasn't around much, I rarely visit, so it didn't affect me directly. I tried to be civil and supportive from a distance, but that's it. A month after her divorce, my boyfriend of almost 4 years, Joshua, 29M, proposed. It was pure magic. We'd been talking about marriage forever, and everything finally felt right. I immediately started planning the wedding of my dreams, venue hunting, dress shopping, the whole thing. I was over the moon and naively hoped this milestone might finally bring my family closer. Then came the phone call from my mom. She said she and Dad needed to talk to me about something important. I had a sinking feeling it involved Rose. The next evening I went over, and the moment I sat down, Mom dropped the bomb. They wanted me to postpone my wedding for 2 whole years, because Rose was still healing from her divorce and supposedly couldn't handle seeing me get married so soon. I actually laughed, thinking it was a terrible joke. It wasn't. Mom explained that my wedding would be too painful for Rose, that relatives would ask her uncomfortable questions about the divorce, and that it wasn't fair to put her through that while she was trying to move on and possibly meet someone new. Dad chimed in, saying Rose was emotionally fragile, and my joy would only remind her of what she'd lost. I was speechless. My once-in-a-lifetime day was supposed to be sacrificed because my sister made poor choices in her own marriage. I told them this was insane and left. For days they bombarded me with calls, texts, guilt trips, the full arsenal. Family sticks together. Think of your sister. You're being selfish. Rose herself stayed silent at first, so I eventually called her directly. She admitted yes, she had asked our parents to intervene because she wasn't ready to face everyone at a wedding and answer questions about her failed marriage. She genuinely believed I should wait until she felt strong enough. I told her calmly but firmly. This is my wedding, not a therapy session for her divorce. No one is going to corner her and demand details at my reception. I was not postponing my life because she was scared of awkward small talk. She didn't take it well. Neither did my parents when I relayed the same message to them. The harassment continued until I finally said, "The wedding is happening with or without any of you. If you can't support me, stay home." They chose to stay home. 3 weeks ago, I married Joshua in the most beautiful ceremony imaginable. Walking down the aisle alone stung more than I'll ever admit. I'd always pictured my dad there. But when I saw Joshua waiting for me, beaming, nothing else mattered. My real family, my friends and the relatives who actually showed up, made it perfect. At the reception, the absence of my parents and sister obviously raised eyebrows. Relatives kept asking where they were. I tried to deflect at first, but eventually I told the truth to a few trusted aunts and cousins. By the end of the night, the entire extended family knew exactly why my parents had boycotted my wedding. The fallout was swift and brutal for them. People were horrified. Several relatives called my parents' demand deranged. One cousin who's getting married next month uninvited them entirely, saying she refused to risk the same drama at her own wedding. Suddenly, years of them putting Rose on a pedestal and treating me like an afterthought were laid bare, and the family finally saw it. Joshua and I escaped to our honeymoon, a week of pure bliss on a tropical beach with my phone mostly off. When we came back, the voicemails were vicious. Name-calling, accusations that I'd destroyed the family, threats that I'd regret it when they're gone, the works. I blocked their numbers. They switched to email, Facebook, Instagram, even new phone numbers. It became full-blown harassment. A week after we returned, they sent a cold message saying they were done with my childhood junk, and I needed to pick it up that Sunday. When Joshua and I arrived, everything old photo albums, books, stuffed animals, keepsakes was dumped on the front lawn like trash. Some things were rain-damaged and ruined. It was a deliberate, petty power move. I didn't give them the meltdown they clearly wanted. We silently loaded the truck and left. And you know what? I felt relieved. That pile of ruined memories on the grass was the final proof I needed. They were cutting me out, and I was finally, truly free. Fast forward a few months. Yesterday, a cousin sent me a screenshot. Rose, the same sister who swore she needed at least 2 years to recover from her divorce, the one whose fragile heart supposedly couldn't survive my wedding, is getting remarried next week. 7 months after her divorce was finalized. She's beaming in engagement photos, ring front and center, acting like the past year never happened. Not a single word from her or my parents to me about it. No invitation, obviously. No acknowledgement that their entire justification for disowning me just collapsed in the most hypocritical way possible. I laughed out loud when I saw it. The irony is delicious. They've moved on, so have I. Joshua and I are building a life filled with love, respect, and peace, everything I never got growing up. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not even hurt. I'm just done, and honestly, it feels amazing. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.